by telling us your name and how old you are?
My name is Emmanuel George. Yeah. I'm 62.
And
Born in Leeds.
a little bit about life growing up?
My situation.
Yeah.
I've been homeless for a couple of years now. Yeah. But you know, I've survived. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the council have offered me a flat, but
That's good.
I've just got to wait.
How long have you got to wait for?
I don't know. Till the,
How did you end up homeless?
I was living in a block of flats, and some drug dealers came there and took over the place. So I ended up homeless. Basically, that were it.
And up until then, you'd always had somewhere to live?
Oh yeah, I've always lived in, yeah.
Have you worked?
No, I haven't worked for a long time, no.
What did you used to do?
I used to work when I was 19 as a grinder.
Yeah.
I used to, in a factory, foundry, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's the last job I had.
And what about family and stuff? Are you close with your family?
Yeah, I'm close to my family, yeah. There's 6 of us. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got any children?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you close with them?
Yeah, one of them died, dead. Yeah. One's alive, yeah. Am I close with them?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
And how has being homeless affected you?
It's made me a stronger person,
Has it?
I think, yeah. You know, a bit more clever, a bit more wiser, you know.
It must be tough though.
Oh yeah, it's tough, yeah, it's cold when you're out here, you know. But I'm hoping in the future things are going to change, but you know, for me and my brother, you know.
What's the hardest part of being homeless?
Having to sleep outside in cold.
And I imagine you feel quite vulnerable as well, do you?
Oh yeah, vulnerable, because you can get attacked at, you know, any time. There's a lot of crazy people, you know what I mean, about, you know.
Have you had a lot of bad experiences?
I've had a few funny experiences,
Yeah.
you know.
What could people do to help?
Help, well, it's accommodation, really.
Yeah.
That's the main part, you know. I think once we've got a resettlement, you know what I mean, then we'll feel more real as people, you know. But
And what about sort of like the people that walk past you on a daily basis? What could they do anything to help more?
well, people they give you food, don't they? They bring food out and that, you know, clothes and you know. I think it's just a matter of time of having to wait until it's the council, you know. They have, yeah. You know, it's to find a place, you know, to get a settlement, you know,
Yeah.
And basically that's it.
Do you ever feel like you get judged at all?
Judge like what? How do you mean?
For the
judge?
situation, do you ever feel people look at you differently, or?
Oh yeah, some people can look down at you, yeah, you know, can make you feel small.
Yeah.
You know.
And how do you feel about that?
You just got to take it, and you just got to be strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The reason like that we're doing this is to try and raise awareness and make people realise that just because you're homeless, like it wasn't your fault or anything you did. Like these things can happen to anyone.
Yeah. Well, it can, can't it? You know, as you can see, there's plenty of people, you know what I mean, out on the streets.
Yeah.
Without nowhere to live or go.
And just to show that everyone's
It's luckily for me and my brother, there's hope for me and him.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't drink alcohol, we don't take drugs. You know what I mean? So, where most of these people here, they're all on drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're alcoholics and, you know, they don't care, do they?
Have you got any advice for people watching this?
Keep away from alcohol and drugs. Yeah.
That's good advice.
I couldn't say no more than that, could I? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you form like quite close bonds with people out here?
Some people, yeah.
Look out
I've
for
met some interesting, you know, people. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching Emmanuel's story. We're now going to talk a little bit about it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Thank you. So Emmanuel, obviously I think people will tell in the video we have spoke to his brother as well because his brother's in it.
Yeah.
A bit. So Emmanuel is 62 and he's been homeless for a few years. Up until that point he's never been homeless.
At that age, I just feel like to be homeless at that age is just horrible.
And I think we've talked to quite a few people now that are older and homeless.
At that age, though.
Like, we are relatively young, maybe not according to some people, but relatively young and healthy.
Yeah.
And obviously no one does it through choice.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know how I would do it or find it.
At that age?
Even at this age, that's what I'm trying to say, like, so to be like an older person and to go from being in a home to being homeless at like 59, 60, I can't.
Well, sometimes you don't have no choice. When you get,
well, I think all the time it's no one chooses to be homeless.
You get into that survival mode. And
you mean no choice but to
get through it? To get through it.
But I just can't imagine how hard that must be at that age. Like, in general anyway, but that age especially.
It's too old to be homeless.
To be homeless. Like, he is lucky as in he is in the position where the council have offered him accommodation. He's just got to wait for a little bit now. But I imagine even that feeling of like hope is...
It's better than
nothing. Yeah, the feeling that he knows now it's not going to be forever. Like it's not going to be long.
And I think there's a long waiting list from the council, so he just has to be patient.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I think he should be a priority.
He should.
He should.
But then is he a priority over like people with kids?
No.
Which is the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, because I imagine a lot of the council waiting list is people with kids, isn't it? It's difficult. It's so difficult. Because then some might argue as well that he's not in the position where he can't go out and get a job.
At that age.
I know. I'm just saying what some people might say is in like. I mean, people do. I don't know what's the national retirement age now, like 67 or something. Like people are still working at 62.
Yeah.
My grandpa's like 85 and still working. But that's through choice.
That's through choice.
That's through choice. But I just want to, like, obviously I think we've discussed it in depth and more, what's the word I'm looking for? In a previous one where, like, it's not as simple as going and getting a job.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy or simple for him.
Especially that age.
Mhm. And he said himself, like, he worked when he was 19 as a grinder, but he's not really worked much since then.
Yeah.
So I think there maybe is a little more going on than what he tells us.
Well, we have to take.
We have to take what they say.
We have to take what he's saying.
But especially like the fact that he has got he's got kids.
He got kids, yeah.
Like.
But you can still be homeless and have kids.
I know. But I like to think that.
Well.
I'd say my parents wouldn't let me go homeless, but debatable.
But your parents won't let you go homeless.
I wouldn't let, I'd like to think Jazz wouldn't let me be homeless. Like, if I was older and lost my house, I like to think she would at least let me crash on a sofa or something. But then you don't know what position they're in, it's obviously we don't know the full story, I just feel like there's a little bit more to it than what... Which is fine, because people obviously don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah.
So the bit that I found sad and scary was when he was talking about how he did have a place until a group of drug dealers moved into the block and effectively took it over.
Yeah.
Like that.
But why would you let that happen in the first place?
He's vulnerable. I don't think he could have done anything to stop it.
But a drug dealer don't just move to someone's house that he does not know. You can't.
We said move to the block. I don't know. I don't know whether he moved into his house or whether they just took over someone else's flat and gradually took over the block. You don't know, do you? But what is that? What they call it? County lines?
Yeah.
Is that it? Do you know that I did I only got one fact about that when I researched it. There's 1,000 victims of county lines.
1,000?
Yeah, which isn't as much as I thought it would be. But I can't imagine him being in his position. It must have been really difficult, as in I bet he felt like he couldn't stand up to them.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything about the situation. And people will then be like, well, why didn't you just go to the police? It's not that easy.
Yeah,
or that simple.
But why didn't you go to the police? Because if someone come to your house, tell you to move out your house, the first thing you would do, you would call the police, right?
You probably first, and then the police. I'm just gonna knock on Rachel's door.
So that's what you're supposed to do. But then if you don't do it, people start questioning why you didn't do it.
You could have been threatened into not doing it. You don't know, do you?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I think people are always quick to question, well, why didn't you just ring the police? But I don't feel like it's always that simple, is it?
No.
Especially, I know when we've talked to his brother and that, and I know it was obviously a long time ago, but they didn't have good dealings with the police due to their race. Sometimes it's as simple as that, isn't it?
That, yeah.
If you've had a bad experience or you know people that have had bad experience, it puts you off.
I totally agree with you.
Calling the police or dealing with the police or trusting the police.
Trusting the police, yeah.
Because if you don't trust them, you're not going to call them, are you?
No. Do you trust them?
No.
But if someone burgled your house, you told them.
Yeah.
So you trust them?
No. I don't trust them. I'm not of the belief that all police are bad.
No, not all of them.
I think the majority are.
Yeah.
And I think, maybe not even the majority, but I think the police as a whole is corrupt.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think even when maybe some of them try and do a good job, it's overlooked.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I am sure they are understaffed and overworked, but I think the majority of people are. So I don't think you can blame that.
Yeah.
For what happens. But no, I don't trust them.
But if you're in danger, you go them.
I mean, I trust them more than American police. If I lived in America, I would never call the police. Ever. If I was in danger, I would call them, yeah.
So you trust them?
It depends.
You trust them?
No. There is lots of things I would do if I was in danger. It doesn't mean it's a good idea. Or no, I don't. No.
Okay.
I don't trust that they always make the right decision in that. If I was in immediate danger of being murdered, then yes, I would probably call them. Even though they probably wouldn't get to me in time, then I would be dead. But you know. So the last thing that I just wanted to talk about, and I think we've covered this in pretty much all the videos we've done, is how he feels people can judge him and make him feel small. And I think that's so sad.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are judgmental. That just has people.
Are you ever judgmental? Like, do you ever think it in your head and not say it? Like, think it in your head and then realise not judgmental and not say it?
Yeah.
I think feel better, because I often think you're perfect in that sense, as in you never seem to judge people. But you never.
No, but if someone's doing something wrong, it's not judging them. It's like.
But it's wrong according to your standards. It might not be wrong according to their standards.
Yeah.
Like, it's morally wrong to you, it might not be morally wrong to them. They might have been brought up different.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's what people need to think about when they... Because, we're all guilty of it, thinking it in our heads.
You're guilty of it.
You just said you were too.
But I don't say it.
Exactly, that's what I think. Like, I want people to realise that sometimes it is perfectly normal to maybe think it in your head, but it doesn't have to come out your mouth.
When you talk about judgmental, so if I think, like, this guy's not lifting his weight properly, yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
Is that me being judgmental?
It depends what mindset you're coming at it from. If you're like looking down at him and being like, he can't do that, he's just being stupid.
So if
you're looking at it and thinking, hang on a minute, like, he could hurt himself doing it that way, like, maybe I should show him the correct way to do it.
Yeah, but you can't show people, because if you do show them, who do you think you are? So.
Well, yeah, but then at least you've tried. Then if at least he drops the weight on his head, you're going to think, well, I tried, rather than, shit, maybe I should have shown him. Maybe he would have listened, and now he's dead. Paralysed for life. I think it depends where you're coming from. I think if you're coming from a judgmental, thinking you're above that person, or if you're coming from a, maybe, I've experienced this, like, maybe what I can say can help. I think sometimes it's all about how you word it, or your body language. Yeah,
it's all depends how it comes out of your mouth.
And I think it is very much in your head. If you think you're better than that person and you're talking down to them, then I think whatever you say is going to come across judgmental. But I don't think we should be making, like, we as a population should be making anyone feel small for something that could literally happen to any of us.
Yeah.
Like, there is not many people that have a backup.
No.
Like, a lot of people, I would say, especially at the moment with prices rising everywhere, are one paycheck away from being homeless. You lose your job, you're homeless.
Yeah. That's true.
And I think a lot of people probably are in that position at the moment. Like, I know I am.
Are you going to be homeless?
No, but if I lost my job, I would be. I wouldn't be able to afford my bills and my rent.
I've got a basement there.
You're going to keep me locked in your basement? Yours is the only basement I would be like locked in. You will feed me though, right? Do I still get the dog?
No.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to just, and I know we say this a lot, but keep an open mind, talk to people, get to know them, like get to know their story. Just listen to them. Sometimes people just want someone to listen to them.
Yeah. Like a lot of few homeless people spoke to us. They just want someone to acknowledge them and speak to them.
Like, how often have you had, like, or like, if I've had a bad day, like, I'll just want to rant to you, and it's not even necessarily that you'll understand or that you'll offer something useful to, like, advice. It's just getting it off your chest sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you just want to talk to someone about it and feel like you're not alone.
I don't deal with it like that, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Maybe you do. But, like, a lot of people just sometimes appreciate being able to tell their story. Or even just for people to realise that they've got something to add. Like, we can learn so much off people like Emmanuel and Philip, and, like, they've got so much to contribute.
Well.
And ignoring them or making them feel small, like that's achieving nothing. It's not helping the situation at all.
It's not helping no one.
No. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Thank you.